Right here. Um, there's really not much to talk about on Wednesday. Um, as much as I would love to give you guys a bit of an update of the lowdown on what's happening today, there's really not that much that's going on right now, except the fact that today we checked that I had one of my relatives check my one of my jumpsuit and see that that's in proper wear. And another factor is okay, sorry about that. You see that? In that we have to and then still we have to get the end hose right here of the Twittermite, the end hose of my vacuum. This thing hooked into the bottom of the backpack where all the little Twittermites go. Because many of the few problems I faced I noticed in the playback of the con vlogs, and especially when I watched Wireball's video, which you can see in I'll link it, or I'll put an info card up in the top right of the screen on where you can actually see the video. But yeah, I'm gonna see about getting my family members to put the hose into the bottom of there. So yeah, nothing really much of spectacular is going on as of today. So except we've been frantically moving around trying to prepare the con and praying that I don't mess up of trying to get through the borders, because I haven't been up in Canada in how long was it? That must have been really young. I must have been before 2001 or something, because I don't remember getting like an enhanced ID at that age. So that was something. But I think the one thing we're probably going to do is wrap the day up and then see what the situation is. We'll actually finish packing up tonight and then get everything put into the car, and then we'll head across the border. Now, I must mind you, unlike the last con vlogs where where I was able to give you guys the a little montage, I will still be able to do that. This won't be that straight up, showing, where we traveled to get to Seattle or the con. Because of the border, and basically you gotta keep everything shut off or whatever, it's their border policy, essentially we've got to, be polite and, answer all the questions for getting up through the Canadian border, because that's the essential reason why this is happening. And besides that, ever since 2011, their policy's gotten a bit stricter. So that's kind of the reason why there won't be a special, like, traveling from here to Richmond, British Columbia. It just can't happen, especially with the border people. So maybe during that little montage or whatever, I might play King of Rock and Roll there, which is from Viva La Bam, which, I'll be honest, never even saw the show. I only recognize the song. essentially what I'll do is I'll, what is it, oh yeah, I'll let you in on when we get through the border. I'll stop when we are just about a mile or two away from the border, and then once we are just away, like a mile or so, it's about the same 2 miles from that border, we are golden. So, that is something I am willing to do for you guys. I mean, it's just, I don't want them to literally confiscate this, that, this, and literally having to trace our calls, making me say, oh, well, this phone's a piece of, and then I have to go back into US and then be like, oh, well, this phone's a piece of junk now. And then having to get a new one just because Canada's tracing every single one of my freaking calls. I don't want to do that. So, I gotta make sure I'm nice when I'm nice and polite and whatever when traveling through the borders. And besides that, you can basically see all the stories that people tell of just traveling through the border and all that. So that's something to do. I just repeated that. I'm gonna feel like, yeah, from Sandlot. I am still going to do like a couple of Sophie's panel recordings. Don't worry about that. So, but then there's also the fancy suit Stennies. I am going to be wearing this to the border, and this is going to be practically the only suit I'm going to have on, because, well, sorry, well, it's because of the fact that there's nobody, and I do mean nobody, that, or at least I don't have a suit right now. I don't have a suit that would dress me from neck to feet. So, whenever Free 2017 rolls around, ever since they've announced the Grand Galvin Gala, which confused me, but I looked up the information about it, I am planning to do something extra special. Which, what is that extra special thing? You'll find out in the next few vlogs. So, another thing to keep in mind is when the, what is it, well, actually, I've just about explained everything. I don't want to go too much into detail on what may or may not go down. There's like a couple of things that, like, behind the scenes stuff that just got released, selfie ponies, little snapshots news that just got released is now up for just about everyone to see, and I'm a bit excited for, like, just about everything they announced for. Sad to see that I won't be able to see strum beat strings at the con, but glad to see that Chi-Chi's coming. Well, the reason I'm excited is because, well, 2 years ago, 2 years? Yeah, 2 years. 2 years ago, I have met Chi-Chi because Ferbguy Brony was performing at Pony Stock. You can see that on my channel or on his channel, but mine contains all the performances, including the live version of Chant of Immortality. And the Sunday or whatever, the Saturday, I forget when the time was, I officially met Chi-Chi on the con floor, and I became, like, sort of a full-time subscriber to her channel, and I took a photo of her, put up on the screen cam bot, and yeah, just talk over it. This is from 2014, back when I was first attending the con, getting footage for the documentary, and of course, being super excited that, of course, I met one of my favorite artists of the convention. But then there's also the fact that essentially it's been like over 2 years and I haven't seen this artist at Everfree for a while. But that's because, if you don't know, Forever Free was on a mission. Actually, I should quote Blues Brothers since... no, I shouldn't. It'd be too obvious. But yeah, he was on a mission for 2 years, and he's been writing countless and over hundreds of songs non-stop. And if he does make it to the cons that I'm attending next year, I guarantee you I will record them, including Lumberjacks as well, because this dude's my... Because I swear I'm the agent that always records the music for him. Yeah, it's good to see that Forever Free's back, and that Chi-Chi is attending BronyCAN in Richmond, British Columbia, and that she's co-hosting Selfie's Equestrian Idol panel, which I will be the cameraman for. And it'll be all decked out and all fancy and all that, with many few special features added into the thing. So it'll be nice to see all that happening, and just be like sort of cool to see what will go down at the con, because there is just so much that is just happening at BronyCAN that it's kind of a little bit hard to wrap the mind around. But this is also probably my last chance of the year to get a photo with Lumberjacks, because with not Lumberjacks, I'm thinking the guess Andrea Lipman. This is my last chance to get the photo of Andrea Lipman, because let me give you guys a bit of story time. Okay? Long time ago, in the year 2015, I sent out, there was actually a friend who was going to BabsCon in 2015. Now this was the weekend that, the Cutie Map was premiering, and that Tara Strong and Andrea Lipman were attending the con. And I was really, really, really excited to, see, whether or not get their autographs, but I couldn't, attend the con because I was only strict to one, and I begged and begged and begged to see whether or not I can bump this one Everfree Northwest up to 2, because it's just worth it to attend more than just one con a year. And I sent my friend out to go to bed, and I had my friend go out to, I had my friend sign, get my, I'm having a hard time trying to say this, I had my friend take my Elements of Harmony book, which is the, the book where I keep all the main 6's autographs, as well as, I think I have Celestia as well as Luna, but I could be wrong on that fact. I'm gonna need to look into the autographs book again, but that's where I keep all the main 6 autographs, because I basically used that book for so many years. And I had my friend who was attending the con go out and get Andrea Lipman and Tara Strong to sign the thing or whatever. I sent her who knows what for autographs down at the con to get theirs. And while she was there and got Tara Strong to autograph the book, Andrea Lipman read the letter, and she, believe it or not, took the letter and ran off with it. She literally took the letter that I had in the Elements of Harmony book. So, This is the first that I ever... when I first heard this, back when I was retrieving the book, after everything went down, I was like, where's the letter? And she went, oh yeah, Andrea Lemon took it. I think what happened is that I think she loved the letter or whatever, that she just loved it and just took it or whatever, because, I don't know, she liked the way I worded it or whatever. But it had on there why I couldn't attend the con, what my favorite ponies were, and just what I would have said if I was at Bab's Con seeing Tara Strong and Andrea Lemon. And that was literally it. And all that, and Andrea Lemon took the letter. I ain't mad over this, I just find it so amusing that she actually just fell in love with the letter or whatever, and just, she just actually have, and she actually may or may not actually have it, because I don't know whether or not she's actually like John Delancey or whatever, because I know for the matter it's that John has that Discord lamp, but I've also seen other like voice actors be very fond of like others for just what has happened over the past few days. But I've also seen like others who are very fond of like a few couple of other things, but this is the first that I've heard that Andrea Lemon was very fond of just what I wrote down on that one letter. So in that regard, this is my last chance to meet Andrea Lemon. There was probably maybe a chance or two that I could have met Andrea Lemon and then maybe Rolf at Everfree, but I wasn't thinking. I was more focused on the con vlogs and getting all the panels recorded, and the fact that Everfree wasn't being too specific on what could and couldn't be recorded in the main halls, that everything needed to be set straight with just about every single problem at the the convention. So I didn't have time to get their autographs. So that happened. In that regard, I will say that if I do meet her, which I will be able to... What am I thinking? I will be able to take the Fluttershy Boda pony and bring it over to Canada and just, I will be able to meet her and just try to see whether or not I can jog her memory about the letter or not, and essentially I shall get a photo with her, because over the past few years, and I might or may not upload this to the Ferbguy Variety or DeviantArt. I don't know where I'm going to be able to upload these photos, but I have uploaded a lot of these to Facebook. But in that regards, I will meet Andrea Lemon and pray that I be able to get her photo and be able to see whether or not she might be able to remember the letter, because if that be something I can get her to remember, I think I've hit jackpot, and she might be able to do something, because I don't know, I just love her character, except for the reaction in Philly Vanilli. I would say Pinky's actions in Philly Vanilli, because Pinky, Young Gun, majorly done something wrong. sorry this went on for a little while. I just needed to get a bit of probably what may or may not go down at the con, and get everything out of the way for this Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. And just hopefully get you caught up on what may or may not be the situation at hand. And pray that everything works out in the end with me and Andrea Lemon. And hope to see you all guys Thursday when my folks and I travel up through the border.